Hi, thanks for watching this video. I'm just going to give a little backstory before I start the simulation because it probably might not make a lot of sense if I just jump right in. Um, this is a project on visual cloud simulation and it was inspired by my experience as a steward. Um, so yeah, this prototype software was designed based on the findings of the project and it mainly focuses on the relationship between stewards and members of the crowd. Interestingly, a lot of the underlying crowd theories do not acknowledge the influence of stewards in emergencies. And like there's a huge gap in literature in this field. In addition to that is the fact that evacuation drills are very important when it comes to emergency situations, but they're usually not taken seriously, and so like it's very necessary to have a subsidiary training measure. The gameplay is quite simple. Users are placed virtually in the game environment as an unseen commander, and their task is to evaluate the threat, assess the threat during emergencies and make important decisions which they would in turn relay to the steward on ground. As you can see from this really basic level, it's just a level that shows the possibilities that you could adapt this to a public building or basically any building, and users can just familiarize themselves with the locations of doors or exits, and you know becomes easier to facilitate evacuation training, and you can just it's a simple point and click GUI, and it was designed intentionally so users don't really focus more on the controls for more accessing the threat rather. And then you have a fire simulation, and like in this simulation, yeah, you can also switch the cameras. You can see that probably door one is less used, and this was probably a wrong decision because he cut across, and it's just a really basic, like it's a prototype design, so it's just meant to show the main idea and how it's supposed to facilitate training. You can repeat the same level, and you can decide to go to this door, and uh, that was the wrong master point. And there is a basic layout menu where users can actually know where the doors are and know where all the master points are, as well as where the cameras are and the controls for these cameras. Um, but yeah, I can as well, change the decision midway. And as you can see, you have a couple members of the crowd follow him, and I could probably do better by just saying I can say just go to master one. And again, it was the wrong decision because he cuts across the crowd, and but yeah, it just helps users familiarize themselves with the environment as well as the master points. And the last, the second level is a basic active threat level, which simulates a situation where you have multiple threats on ground, and basically in such situations you have to rely on your your knowledge of your environment as well as you know all the tools you can use in such situations to you know I don't know, come out safely. Um, so yeah, this is more of a serious level where users really have to figure out which exits will be free and to really test their knowledge of their environment. I think I probably will be able to evacuate safely. Oh no, made the wrong decision. And as you can see, I'm only able to do this because I've really practiced enough with the game, and I know where my exits are, and I know where, um, I could tell where the threats were, and but if I just decided to run out the front door, it'd be easy to see how I would feel because obviously they don't see me, and so it's just a really simple idea, but it could be really applied to different situations where the test of your knowledge or assessment of how many threats are in the area, like really come in handy. And like in such situations, it's very sorry, it's very critical to make decisions based off of well-informed decisions rather than decisions that are based off of fear or anxiety. Yeah, I think this is a cheat level. I think that always works. Um, yeah, but that basically represents what the game is. Yeah.